Hi everyone, this is Sujata from Australian Academy, and today we are going to talk about PTE very important speaking question, that is read aloud. Guys, read aloud itself says that reading something loudly. And before I move on explaining you, giving you guidelines, tips and tricks, guys, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Let's move on and now understand what is read aloud actually. You get a passage and you have to read it, and then also loudly. So here, guys, we are speaking and reading something. That's why you are going to contribute not just marks to your speaking, but also to your reading. Okay. All right. Now let's understand how much of the question types can come here. So this is going to come 5 to 6 in numbers. And I've already mentioned it is just not contributing to your speaking, but also to your reading. So it is very important question. Okay. Now, guys, let's move on to one very important thing. How is this transferable scores obtained? If the strategies are followed up in a perfect way, you are likely to get 30 to 35 points in, which means it straightly goes to your reading. And guys, no need not to worry. There's no deduction done from the speaking part. It is just an extra points that are transferred. Now let's move on to understanding it more in depthly. Let me guide you. Firstly, guys, like I started in with that it is important for speaking and reading. And what is the timing involved? How should you prepare that? How should you consume your preparation time? Let me explain you that. During in preparation time, consume your 35 seconds, give your throat a rest of 5 seconds, and then start speaking as you hear the beep sound. Do not wait for the blue bar to finish and then move to next. Need not to, guys. As you finish up your answer, click on next and move on. Now, how would you cover the content, guys? You should try to speak all the words that are coming in front of you, everything. And once you are clearly speaking it, you are contributing it to both of your portions. Now, let's move on to how we get the scores here. Guys, the scoring pattern here is like divided into three things: content, pronunciation, and oral fluency. Content is taken up in two ways. Firstly, do not replace anything, do not omit anything, do not insert an extra words like articles, the, like this. We normally have a habit of, guys, it's just so normal. Whenever we try to, fix our filler sound, we place it with articles a and the. So it is so general. But how can it be minused up? By regular practice. Now, when you are, reading the prompt, the length of the prompt also will help you to, contribute to the content part. All right. Now let's move on to pronunciation. Guys, I'll just give you a bit inner knowledge of pronunciation. We think pronunciation means here we need to have an accent, like maybe an American or a British accent. That's not required at all. You just have to speak neutrally, but the sound system should be correct. And what does I mean by that is by giving an example. For instance, there's a word called season and seasoning. Now, these two sounds very similar, but the first one is saying season. The sound is giving a more impact. And seasoning is a z sound with ing sound is coming. So this is the difference. This is, they're talking about the pronunciation. If this season and seasoning is pronounced both inseparately or vice versa, you are losing marks in your pronunciation. I hope, guys, you are clear with this. And if you need any other, doubt clearance in this, you can contact us. We'll be clearing it up. Talk about oral fluency. We should always speak at a good speed. It should not be like very slow pace. It should be at a good speed. Whenever we speak in a good speed, we are building up a fluency. And how is that obtained? The same thing, practice. All right, guys. Now, moving towards the strategy. The first and the foremost strategy is read aloud even in your preparation time. Guys, I talked about the 40 seconds. If you guys remember, whenever we are practicing in that 40 seconds, make sure that you speak loudly. First reason, you get familiar to the passage. Second, you know which words you're not able to pronounce well. So what happens? Those familiarity and that understanding towards those vocabularies that you're not able to pronounce, you get the chance to re-practice it. So when the ideal time starts, you will be going at a flow. Now, the second very important thing that you need to keep in mind is this is the only question kind which has a beep sound. So when the beep sound comes, start immediately within 3 seconds. Not before that, not after that. So it might affect your content. Now, another thing in the strategy is don't, you know, take pauses. Addition, omission, and repetition, we have already discussed. Let me tell you more in depthly that whenever we add a word which AI don't catch it, you are not going to get marks for that. If you omit some of the vocabulary, it will be not giving you score because every word of the passage is marked up. And try not to go slow. Okay, now let's move on to the tips part. Try not to skip any word, specifically for those people who are seeking for 79 plus. When you plan your pauses, do, make it a plan in the preparation time itself. Now, I'm going to take a slight pause in the punctuations places. Everyone gets tired and we need to work and we need to, kind of give ourselves a slight pause because reading it continuously is not possible and gives a throat tiredness. So plan it during your punctuations. All right, guys, that's all for today, and we are going to catch you soon with our more strategies. And don't forget to like my video and subscribe our channel. Thank you, everyone. Practice to reach the perfection. Have a great day, everyone.